Play Pinata Picks and Minute Madness exclusive games with insane odds you can't play anywhere else. Make your next bet at Sports Interaction. Download the app in Ontario. Use the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Or head to sportsinteraction.com/STPN to get started. It's 18 plus. Please play responsibly. That essentially, Michael Bunting gets into a bit of a scrum last night with Boone Jenner. And it's really, Michael Bunting's not doing anything. Boone Jenner's going at him, and the ref grabs who?
Michael Bunting.
So you can see, we can do a freeze grab of it if you want to.
It hasn't come through.
It has not come through on your text message, but it's coming. I swear.
Okay.
It's the latest text I just sent.
it.
There it is. So I think it's quite interesting now where this has gone to, because with Bunting, and Jesse will throw this up on the screen. I'll just keep talking. The thing was, he's drawn a lot of penalties and he's fooling the refs. Mm-hmm. Then he was drawing nothing and he became less effective as a player, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about it. The Athletics got it. The fans are talking about it. It's a bit of a story even outside of Leafland.
People tweeted me like he's the only loose cannon in the NHL. Like he's the only guy who does this.
Well, those are probably Leaf fans who aren't used to loose cannons.
Well, I don't.
Because we've never had a guy like
enemy
this.
number one league wide. Like, when did this happen?
He plays in the biggest market for the biggest team.
I guess. Yeah, and he just represent. You know what? He's the most hateable player on the most hateable team.
Yeah.
So fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
I suppose.
But
Listen, I don't want to make a big thing of the linesman grabbing him. He's just trying to get between two players. I just thought it was very funny. But there is something kind of instructive in or revealing in that little sequence. Like, Bunting is playing energyless, joyless hockey right now because he's trying to dial it back so hard, and there's been no change or reward or loosening of the noose, even like when it comes to how he's treated. So I guess what's just going to happen from now on is the whistle's going to blow and someone's going to beat the shit out of him and he'll get injured and he won't play in playoff games and we'll have to shut up and eat what we're served. That's what I'm anticipating here. Mm-hmm. Right? Isn't that how this goes? I don't I'm kind of tired of talking about it because I don't see a solution. What's the solution there? He can't even play the way he needs to be effective.
I think it's going to be very interesting when Ryan O'Reilly is back and Michael Bunting might be a
next game
third line player. Yeah, they said he might have been able to play versus Columbus, and he most likely will be back next game. And if Michael Bunting
where Buffalo or Boston will go, cool, let's hack at that hand then.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be interesting if Michael Bunting all of a sudden is a depth player instead of all of last season when he was a first line winger, and he's got to play some other role where he's less energetic. And he's just on the checking line with Kampf.
See, I think that's more energetic.
You think so?
Yes, because it gives him the stuff he did on the top line. Sometimes it'd be like, I wish you spent less time in the box because you're on the top line and you're kind of important. And the other thing about having him play with David Kampf, I don't know if that makes any sense, because we were talking about how after he served his misconduct, he was benched for a large chunk of the third.
Yeah.
No, the Leafs had a lead. Keefe doesn't play him when they have the lead. Not in the third. This is the problem, right?
So then he can never go out with the best defensive forward in the National Hockey League in David Kampf, who's the best two-way player because the second way he plays is the best way.
But
he doesn't play the first way.
100%.
But the second way, he's great.
You said, but you got to try the first
two-way player.
Jeez.
That's why we call those two playing together fucking...
So if Bunting can't play on the third line, are we saying fourth line Michael Bunting?
So here, we have some new information to work with. Here are the Leafs lines from today, and they include Ryan O'Reilly. What do we think of these? Right? Perfect timing.
We're going to go right back to the way it was.
No. Not even close, actually.
Oh.
Bunting, Matthews.
Oh, wow.
Yarncroke. Nylander.
When they made Matthews play between Antropov and Ponikarovsky, it's like, fart. Why?
Sundin. But
Sundin, that's right.
Same idea.
Yeah.
What is that?
Nylander with Tavares and Marner.
What is that?
Nylander
That's kind of a fun line.
It's kind of fun. This line I really like. Kerfoot O'Reilly Achari.
Oh.
Shitheaded shutdownness.
And guy who can skate.
I wish Bunting was on that line because there'd just be the all shit headline.
Aston Reese, Kampf, Lafferty.
No Bunting. He's resting.
Bunting's on the top line with Matthews.
Moron. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's all good.
I like that.
The D pairs, kind of mean less. Oh, Gustafson's back with the team. That's cool. McCabe, Brody, Giordano, Hall, Riley, Shen, Gustafson, Liljegren. Liljegren's definitely not playing game one. And Samsonov with Wool.
Liljegren kind of blew it.
Oh, he definitely
And Justin
blew it.
Hall definitely did not blow it at the end of the year. He's been much better.
And it's a shame because Liljegren's been playing better the last few games.
And Hall is, if you were to rate them on NHL, Liljegren is the better player, but he didn't make the right decisions.
Also worth mentioning,
he's younger.
Shen kind of rules.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
great,
he
yeah.
kind of rules. That Brady Tkachuk sequence. Yeah, no, that fucking ruled.
That four group's very odd.
It is very odd, but
What makes sense about it? That first line, especially, or supposed first line. To me, the first line is Tavares, Marner, Nylander.
they all have purpose.
What's the purpose of the Matthew
Each line
line?
has a purpose. So Bunting, Matthews, Yarncroke, I'm a little skeptical about that one, but you have two players with adequate scoring touch. You have two guys who are going to
20 goal guys.
in around 20 goals, and Matthews. One guy is a feisty asshole. The other guy is one of the fastest guys north-south on the team, and he's defensively responsible. So it's an interesting little mix of talent. Nylander, Tavares, Marner. I'm just kind of ready to watch beautiful hockey when they take the ice. I'm fascinated to see how that goes. The one little piece of criticism I will offer is I don't like Nylander on the left. I know he likes playing there, but I don't like it.
Maybe they're just throwing him a bone at the end of the year, just for fun.
Kerfoot, O'Reilly, Achari. The only thing I could see changing there is switching Achari with Lafferty. But other than that, that line has a purpose. Bang, crash, shut guys down. Fourth line, Aston Reese, Kampf, Lafferty. Bang, crash, shut guys down.
I like that. That's a good fourth line.
That's a
awesome.
fantastic. There's a very clear divide between top six and bottom six. You can interchange anyone in the bottom six with anyone else in the bottom six, and I think the lines work. You can interchange anyone in the top six with anyone else in the top six and make those lines work.
Do you know who you sound like?
Who?
Do you know what we were all trying to get away from? And with the Leafs?
If you say Babcock,
Babs?
No, you don't
I'm
sound
gonna
like
jump
Babs.
across the
Oh,
stage.
Pre-Babs. We're talking pre-Babs. We're talking Brian Burke. Because when Brian Burke came here,
Truculence?
and he had his idea for a team, and he outlines it in his book, the Anaheim Ducks, the one in 2008. Top two lines are for scoring. Bottom two lines are for defensive responsibility and beating the hell out of the other team. And then you need to have at least one superstar defenseman. They had two. But that was sort of the thing, the top six and the bottom six. And when Dubas got here, the whole talk was, because Nonis had taken over and it was terrible. I think if Burke had had the chance to see his vision out, that team would have been better.
I agree.
I think that, them buying out Grabowski and all the other stupid shit that they did.
it was a Franken team.
Oh, it was yeah. But if the thing that they were talking about when they signed Tavares is the Leafs can come at you in waves, because back then they had JVR and Bozak still for one more year,
Yes.
and they were like, they're gonna be 9 forwards of crazy offense. And what you realize is that there's probably not enough ice time and puck to go around,
And it just doesn't work.
or it didn't work for the Leafs.
Janssen and Kapanen on the fourth line, and you look and you go, holy fuck, the depth. But no, you need banging, crashing, belligerent dickheads. And also the Leafs couldn't keep the puck out of their net at that time. They're way better at it now because of their defensemen, but also the way their forwards play. Like, you rearrange, if you switch and whatever, any left winger in the bottom six, like you switch Aston Reese and Kerfoot, the lines still work.
Right.
You switch Achari with Lafferty, the lines still work. You switch Kampf and O'Reilly, not that you would ever put O'Reilly on the fourth line, but the lines still work. You switch Tavares with Matthews, the lines still work. You switch Yarncroke with Marner, the lines still work. Bunting with Nylander. I could go Yarncroke, switches with Nylander, and then you could have Yarncroke, Tavares, Marner, which is a line that we've seen work. We could do Bunting, Matthews, Nylander, which is a line that we've seen work. You could throw Bunting down, Yarncroke across, Nylander up and across. So then you would have Yarncroke, Matthews, Nylander, Bunting, Tavares, Marner. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's the top six is the top six, and it's a versatile top six. Sheldon can get out his blender to his heart's content. And with the bottom six, it's the exact same thing. And we just have this Ryan O'Reilly guy just laying around, who at any given time we could throw up into the top six when we need to shut the game down.
I like that they went 1, 2, 3 with the centerman.
Yeah,
like O'Reilly.
Yeah.
It's Ryan O'Reilly.
I loved how it worked when he was on that second line with JT. Well, JT was the winger and Ryan O'Reilly the center. It worked when he first got here, but the best thing to do is split them up.
Just
have the three centers. Just play them 1, 2, 3.
Get him in the lineup. Get him a hat trick. Have some fun. Like I don't have a problem with that. But now that the playoffs are coming around, like you're matching Ryan O'Reilly up against Nick Paul.
Yeah.
Like I like that.
You're winning that matchup.
Well, you hope.
You hope.
No, you guaranteed.
Oh, fuck you.
Right.
How dare you? How dare you?
I will be upset if this full lineup ices versus Boston. Why? Why are we playing everybody?
Oh, on Thursday?
You've locked up everything.
Yeah, but I mean, there's 5 games left, though.
You still need home ice, too.
No, that's pretty much guaranteed.
Plus, you need to beat the
We're going
Bruins.
to lose all 5
Bruins.
games? No, you're going to win something in there. You'll have home ice. You'll be fine.
I mean, shouldn't you play together once?
Not versus Boston.
Yeah. I bet Boston does the same.
They rest, guys?
No.
They play everybody?
They play everybody. I bet they play everybody because this is a measuring stick, and then the Leafs have the Habs on Saturday.
Yeah,
Get ready. Gustafsson is 100% getting in that lineup.
No, aren't
so's
those
Liljegren, so's Simmons, so's Abruzzese.
Other way. Play him versus the Habs. Rest them versus the Bruins. Why are you resting everybody versus the Habs?
Wait, I just realized something based on the lines that they have there. The Leafs have too many guys, don't they?
I don't think so.
They have 14, 8, and 2 goalies. They have
Emergency call-ups, though.
They have 24 players on their roster. You can't do that. I don't know. Anyway.
I also want to say one more thing.
Nah, rest them versus the Habs.
One more thing.
Or play them versus the Habs.
Expected goals by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Say it.
0.5.
2.01, believe it or not.
Ooh.
The expected goals by Austin Matthews.
7.
Oh, man. 4.
2.04. So Austin Matthews had more expected goals than the entire Columbus Blue Jackets team combined last night.
Wow.